In the early 1800s, there was one name that would strike fear into any sailor crossing the South China Sea. That name was Shing XI, the Pirate Queen. Arguably the most successful pirate of all time, she was the head of a confederation of over 1,800 ships and an estimated 80,000 pirates. To put that into perspective, famed pirate captain Blackbeard commanded 4 ships and 300 men. But in order to lead, she actually has to be voted in. This VR experience from Singer Studio puts us in Shing XI's boots. Shing XI's hand wraps the night prior to her inauguration. But is this a story that really needs to be told? Or should this one have remained forgotten?
If you really want to know my story, then step into my shoes and prove yourself the worthy leader. Let's see how well you fare as the Pirate Queen.
I want to preface this by saying that this kind of cinematic storytelling is actually right up my alley because I am a huge fan of the walking simulator genre. With games like The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, Dear Esther, What Remains of Edith Finch, those are some of my favorite games of all time. The Pirate Queen already winning the Tribeca Storyscapes Award in 2023 and the Rain Dance Discovery Award in 2021, this quickly rose up my ranks for one of the most anticipated games of the year. But by the end, I was raising more than one red flag. Yo-ho. The entertainment industry is no stranger to glorifying even the most dastardly individuals of our history.
Relax. I just want to take some pictures.
With the Pirate Queen having a female-led narrative, produced by a female-led studio, and releasing on International Women's Day, I expected to see Shing XI's history shed in a more positive light, and rightfully so. Her leadership, laws, and rules of conduct were revolutionary for that patriarchal time period. She granted female captives particular rights to ensure that they would not be assaulted, that their husbands would remain faithful, and that the less attractive female captives would be let free with no harm. I mean, that's good, but they're still captives. The game really glosses over the extortion, pillaging, murder, and capital punishment laws which were strictly enforced to share this more family-friendly side of the pirate life. Otherwise, the story is intriguing enough to pull you through the roughly 2.5 to 3 hours of content, and my favorite part of the game was interacting with the items scattered throughout the play areas and hearing the little snippets of voice lines explaining the history and significance of the items.
This is the Kalon, a mythical beast and a great judge of character.
The story does take some artistic liberties and alters the historical events in a way that somewhat broke my immersion. For those who are not familiar with the story, this is a moot point, but past the halfway mark, there's a convenient battle between the pirates and the Western Navy to help set the stage for the next scene. However, the government wouldn't actually enlist in the services of foreign aid to help combat the pirates for another couple years, which is well into Shing XI's reign. Okay, nitpicking, I know, but the story itself also just falls flat in the end. Spoiler alert! In the end, she becomes the captain, but the way she becomes the captain is by gaining the favor of the goddess of the sea and is just instantly voted in, making the entire events of the game leading up to that moment completely useless. We tried to poison a rival Black Flag captain, failed. We were pursued by his men, and then in the end, they just kind of joined the Confederation without question. Yes, for you history buffs, this does set the stage for future events, and with Singer already expressing their interest in pursuing graphic novels, TV shows, and movies, I can see the vision as a whole, but it leaves this entire experience feeling unearned. Instantly, you're going to notice the amazing job this team did with both the audio and visuals of this game. There were moments where I stood in awe, just enjoying the environmental design, some high quality textures, lighting effects, and the cinematic moments were engaging and well designed. Experiencing this in VR just kicks your immersion up to 11, until you move and you're hit with harsh pop-ins and some very poor textures and effects. Luckily, the audio design, music, and voice acting carry the weight of this game on its back, with an excellent performance by Lucy Liu as the main protagonist. Now, I've heard some criticisms that her performance was a bit shallow and lacked enthusiasm, but to be honest, That's exactly how I expect a cold, calculating, and stoic Pirate Queen to sound and act. I expect the team is still working on optimizations, patches, bug fixes, updates, because they recently opened a new games updates channel on their Discord. So I look forward to seeing what this team can do, because all the ingredients are there. I think it just needs a little bit more time in the oven.
Hoist the colors high.
If you're looking to hack, slash, and blunderbuss your way to booty, this is not the experience that the Pirate Queen presents. This is a cinematic, story-based adventure game which centers around a series of escape room-style puzzle solving. The puzzles are interesting, the mechanics are varied, and they can be a bit of a challenge. There are 2 difficulty levels, and I experimented with both throughout my playthrough. The easy difficulty was too easy and bordered on annoying. It didn't leave you enough time to fully explore the room before the hint system would trigger, and it would even go as far as highlighting the puzzle. I had a much better experience on the harder difficulty, as you had the opportunity to figure out the puzzles on your own, which was much more satisfying, and if you ever got stuck, you could always ring your bell to get the helpful hint on your own terms. In the times between escape rooms, you'll be forced to row your paddle boat through non-explorable linear gameplay segments. These were moments that add some suspense and a bit of a workout, but they were visually unappealing, and they only made me work up a sweat because I was trying to get through them as quickly as possible. There's also a collectible system implemented in the game, which I would guess is there to extend the game time and add some replayability to the title. There are 3 figurines hidden throughout each of the levels. Their strategy actually worked because I did spend the extra time looking through the environments to try and find them, and then I did end up going back to get the collectibles that I missed. Side note, if you're looking for a collectibles guide, maybe leave a comment down below. I might do one. Why not?
Never shall we die.
Additionally, I did experience 2 soft crashes where necessary objects to proceed were glitched and unattainable in 2 separate rooms. This was remedied with a reboot of the game, and a seemingly generous save system kept me from having to replay the entire level, but it all compounded to my general dissatisfaction with the game. For Singer Studios' maiden voyage, this is definitely a serviceable experience, and don't get me wrong, I did have fun with the game. But how will I know if it's actually good poison or not?
Why would anyone drink the poison?
Good job, guys. You got me. You got me. Hey, look at me. Oh, king in the castle, king in the castle. Oh no, he's coming. Huh. He'll never know. Never mind, he knows, he knows, he knows. Individually, the elements are all there, but just as a whole package, it really left me wanting more. I do truly hope that they can turn both this game and the series that they're planning into something special, because there is definitely something here. And if you're also wanting more, you can also check out another one of my reviews right here.